Hello and welcome to News 18. I'm Debishi Sarkar and let's get started with the big social media headline. That's right, Mark Zuckerberg's new social media app, Threads by Instagram, has crossed 30 million users in just day one of its launch. Now, this is a big deal. Of course, you can say that the Threads app, if to use the Threads app, you need to have an Instagram account. So in a way, all Instagram users are somewhat going to Threads to try out, but 30 million users on day one is basically a huge number. Just for reference, when Twitter was launched, Twitter took 780 days, like literally 2 years time to get just 10 million users. But really can't compare, because when Twitter was launched, we were still on the 2G era, and we were still not familiar with Android smartphones. And later, when 3G was launched, we were paying 250 rupees for just 1 GB. So it's like a decade's gap, and really can't compare. But somebody is really angry with Facebook's growth, or rather the growth of Threads app, and that is Twitter. Twitter is threatening to sue Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, or rather Meta, because Twitter is saying that, hey, you have hired all our ex-employees. That was actually fired by Elon Musk in a very brutal way in the first place. You hired and you have taken, or rather stolen, our IP and our technology and our back-end stuff. Now, for the record, Elon Musk did something after acquiring Twitter. He open sourced all the algorithm and the tech behind Twitter's the thing that makes Twitter. And now after seeing the Threads app, the success of Threads app, he's like, hey, you've stolen our stuff. That's number one. Number two, Twitter's lawyer has already sent a letter, an official letter to Mark Zuckerberg's team, saying that, hey, you are actually infringing on our rights and on our private property, and we can sue you in court. They haven't gone to court yet, but they are threatening to go to court. Now, read out what Elon Musk's lawyer has to say about it. Now, not just the lawyer of Twitter, Twitter's CEO also is somewhat threatening Mark Zuckerberg's team for creating Threads app, and in a way, they are like kind of a bit insecure about the success of Threads app. Yes, for the record, if you didn't know already, that Twitter already has a new CEO. Elon Musk is not the CEO of Twitter right now. There is somebody called Linda. If you haven't heard about it, please Google it. And this is what Linda has to say about the success of the Threads app. I'm sure you must have read this. But what's surprising is that Linda is now somewhat relying on the Twitter community, so to stick together and stick to Twitter only. Now, talking about community, yes, Twitter is quite different from other social media platforms. We usually fight over Twitter, and we fight on Twitter. It's like a heated debate always on Twitter, and in somewhat it's like, yes, we build a good network as well. High worth individuals are there on Twitter. We can connect with CEOs can reply to us, stuff like that. Politicians, governments, everybody is there on Twitter. And of course, the Twitter community is somewhat special, and it will take time for Threads app and Mark Zuckerberg to replicate that on their app as well. But let's talk about the community. This is the same community that Elon Musk was actually sort of abusing quite verbally 6 months back when he acquired Twitter. He was like, this is the same community that has ruined Twitter in the first place. And now the CEO is saying that, hey, we totally trust the community to come together and basically don't go to Threads, continue using Twitter. And at the same time, if you see Elon Musk, he is now kind of forcing people to pay for Twitter Blue. So just even for his plans are like outrageous. He's like telling, even if you want to use TweetDeck, you're gonna pay us. And yes, at one point he wants the support of the community, he wants some money from the Twitter community as well, but then he will decide who gets to stay and who doesn't get to stay as well. So, but one thing is very sure, the success of the Threads app, like at least the day one of Threads app, has been a massive success, and Twitter is somewhat worried. And what Mark Zuckerberg also said is that, hey, they're going to make the Threads app friendly and not like hateful like Twitter is right now, and people are always seen fighting over Twitter. Will not make something like that. But at the same time, there is another problem with the Threads app. Now, the fact that you're signing in with your Instagram account, Instagram is popular. People are minting money on Instagram. At least some of them are making money. And what kind of content do you see on Instagram? Mostly reels. Like people are dancing, there are dog videos, cat videos. Now, if you're expecting this user base to suddenly go to text and engage in discussions like that happens on Twitter, it is going to take some time. And the problem right now for the Threads app and the biggest challenge for Mark Zuckerberg is, in a way, to restrict people from posting the same content that you're already seeing on the Reels section of your Instagram app. I mean, like, if I'm seeing the same videos, if I'm seeing the same photographs, if you're seeing the same gyan that is already there on Instagram, why will I use the Threads app? In a way, you can say that the Threads app is trying to take away the Instagram comment section, because we get to see a lot of serious discussions happening on a reel in the comment section. So in a way, saying, hey, instead of using the comment section, come to the Threads app and do the discussion and stuff like that. But right now, if this continues, if people continue to post the same reels, the same content that is already there on the Instagram app, on the Threads app, that's going to be a problem for Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. Sorry, it's Meta. This is Debishi Sarkar signing off for News 18.